the Revitalize. So you have a pretty solid unit in the center of the map, playing with a little bit more of a defensive mindset though, just to think of supporting the Yi Sun-shin, which means that the EXP laner and the gold lane pick for Falcons might have to be something that scales up a little bit quicker and can be high impact by minute 3, minute 4. As Twisted Minds pick up the Kimmy at the center of the map now, Falcons needs to be careful of going up against a lineup that will most likely have a double core.
Yeah.
Did the guy just... One of our marshals just showed off his jawline in the back. Was that Juven?
Did he? Okay.
Sheesh. That's the appropriate response, right? You go sheesh.
That's how cold it is.
That's
People
really
are
how
wearing
cold it
hoods
is.
in the back.
And they're still shivering. They're wearing hoods and they're still shivering right now.
Yeah.
That's literally us. So yeah, well, look at these. Look at these. This is a very
Wow, that's a new shirt. You need to have that shirt.
I told you. The fans that you're seeing right now on the Falcon side, they were just on the AP Brent side earlier.
Exactly. I was gonna say right on cue because I love that. I love that. Obviously, they're dual citizenship, dual teamizanship.
I just wanted to watch MPL.
Ah man, we got the buff going as well. That's just how it is.
Dual teamizanship or something.
Teamizanship.
Wait, we're at. So now they're taking out some gold leaders. Are they potentially gonna? Like, I feel like the Granger is also still a potential option here if you're Twisted Minds, because you might want to have a lot of more range to overwhelm this lineup, or the idea of Team Falcons in their lineup, and especially when it scales to the late game, like Yi Sun-shin wouldn't be like the best target to go up against one-on-one.
Yeah. Twisted Minds can also still just go Harith.
Ah, yeah.
They'll have the Harith Kimmy core. That's also one of the reasons why maybe the Lapu Lapu was banned out. Because then now Twisted Minds can pick the Phovis on the 4th pick. So you have a Phovis Kalea frontline, and then you can just pick up the Harith later at the end, which means that Falcons will have to consider picking up something like an Esmeralda for Ferds, which would actually be a good matchup for them, and Twisted Minds needs to be careful of that if they end up going down that route.
Oh.
I like the Bruno still here for Twisted, you know, just to get more reach. Also, it's going to be hard for Kyle Easy to actually dive on that guy in the later portions of the game. That's maybe something they will think about, you know, dealing with the Yi Sun-shin. Specifically right now in terms of like
with the Esmeralda open, I'm not so sure if they want to like reveal. They will though, but at least it's not one that's too susceptible to the Esmeralda.
Yeah, that's a good swerve. I like it. They're really thinking about Ferds' impact in the game here and what could happen. If I remember correctly, Phovius does, if you're not careful, will struggle in the initial laning phase against the glue, and then the impact of the two glue is just a little bit more high impact compared to the Phovius. Just a little bit, to the point where it's almost like a 50-50 how well you're going to do in the team fights. So for the gold lane here, you're also going to have to think twice about the strong basic attack types for Twis, for Super Marco. I think they might just go
basic attack types.
Bruno, carry.
Yeah, fast scaling, fast damage. Bruno carry Granger.
Flint has been historically picked by this team. It's Harris.
Yeah, and then they get the Harris. So the combo that I thought would go to Twisted ended up with Falcons instead. Okay.
Not bad.
Experience the youth.
They go for Granger.
Yeah, they go for Granger. Okay.
So
nothing too crazy, right? Nothing too crazy so far for Twisted.
Yeah.
A little bit disappointing, but at the same time, they need to win, so I kind of get it.
maybe later.
Maybe later. If they feel more confident, you know, maybe have a good start first on on the heroes that you know, and move on to the spicier ones later on.
Yeah, to be fair, I could imagine Coach Bond saying that in an interview where like, hey, they're finally in the MPL. I don't want to just throw wild ideas at them right out of the gate. I want them to find stability with lineups that are at the top of the meta right now.
That's
and then when we find the stability there, that's when we start giving them the crazy heroes. All of that except in Tagalog.
Yes, that sounds
For
exactly
sure.
like how Coach Bond would answer a post-match interview later on in the media room. We'll see if that's what he has to say. If ever it does end up as a win, especially for Twisted Minds, because they have to go up against a titan of MLBB with some bit of adjustment in terms of the XP lane, but you see the prowess. Yesterday, it was almost exactly the same.
That's right. Let's see if we're going to have a repeat of yesterday, or will Twisted Minds actually give us something to, you know, headline our newses with.
Yeah.
Uses? That's not
Uses.
the plural of uses. or news with. Here we go for game number 1, and I can feel it in the crowd. They are ready to see some intense MLBB action. It's Falcons versus Twisted.
Aggressive trading early on, and let's see how Few and Ogun will be able to handle the, understandably, going to be more aggressive Kaloy and Sion, or Sean, in the center of the map for Twisted Minds. Something too crazy with our emblem sets. Probably do have to watch out. There is a PYT on the Kalea, the usual emblem talent pickup. And Twisted Minds, I like how aggressive they are.
Yeah.
This is what you get when you have a Kimmy at the center of the map. It's paired up with a Kalea. You can just not be afraid to consistently dish out basic attack damage.
Yeah, unfortunately, Ogun does have the Revitalize though, but they're literally still going at it. Kaloy dodges that with the flicker. Close call, but still, they're all in the game. It's just really aggressive trades here and there in the mid lane.
Yeah, using the flicker or forcing your opponent to use the flicker very early on just means that Twisted Minds might actually have to take this next few minutes a bit slower than usual.
Yeah. So far, it's another instance of all flickers for Twisted Minds too, by the way. Like, I guess the side steps again?
Want to go fast. Want to go hard.
Jeez.
Whoa.
Whoa! That's fast! Now that's fast!
Yeah, that was as basic as you could get. You're a Lancelot, you have angles to dash through with a puncture. Go ahead, take that. Great move there by MP the King. Few needs to be a little bit more careful and maybe ask for a little bit more help from Ogwin with holding the center and try to read the rotations of MP the King on this Lancelot so that doesn't happen again.
Yeah.
Little quick fun fact about a few members of the Twisted Minds: Lansu, Sion, and Kaloy were all part of the all-star team for MDL Philippines in Season 5.
So you just know that everyone had their eyes on these 3 players. Now they're controlling or trying to control the Lord as much as they can. MP the King dashing in, steals away the turtle from Team Falcons. And will they try to disengage? They will, but Kaloy might just be the trade here. AOG committed just to get the kill, and they'll be okay with that for now.
Yeah, it seems to be a very good trade for the Falcons, at least getting that kill as well as flexing their aggression all over the map. We haven't actually seen the Furds and Lansu just duke it out in the team fights just yet. Very excited to see how they're going to perform here. MP the King, you know what? It's been a while since I've seen another team adjust to MP the King and vice versa. It's always that question of how well they're going to play. And so far, it looks so good. MP the King looking like he's able to do whatever he wants on the map.
Yeah, and I think that might be one of the key things that Twisted Minds can do for him. Allow him to end up with a hero that doesn't require so much teamwork to shine, whereas an MP the King is like, alright, we'll do our jobs, we'll clear the mid-minion wave, we'll get vision for you, show up when you want to show up, or show up when you're ready, you can do your own thing.
Yeah, it's like MP the King just still gets to do whatever he wants to.
Yeah.
Exactly as mentioned here by Renmar, and it's not too far from the idea of the other members of Twisted Minds and the kind of rotations that they want to go for. It's still a lot of pressure that's being applied onto the members of Team Falcons, and the way they're just able to isolate members every now and then works so well for them. It's not even entirely on the back of a setup by Kaloy just yet.
Yeah, we haven't actually seen that, and I don't expect we'll see a lot of that since Few, as in Super Marco as well, are rocking those Purifies. It'll be a bit of a harder engage. They might have to force a bit more CC. For now, bottom lane looks really bad for Lansu.
Lansu spread, but gets stunned by the Mountain Shocker. Still survives though.
Yeah.
So that's the ultimate down for Kyle TZ, and Twisted Minds are aware of that.
Yeah, let's see Falcons how heavily they'll be able to contest this turtle, as Twisted Minds have a little bit more utility, more members here. It looks like Glue is also going to be joining as well. It's going to be 5v5, but it seems like Falcons are going to be able to push out the members of Twisted and they'll be able to get this turtle for Kyle.
Yeah. Kaloy, will he get to get his enhanced skills? Trying to zone out Kyle TZ, uses the Tsunami Slam on him, but there's the counter AOG, and Kyle TZ still secures the objective. There goes the Infernal Pursuits coming in from Ferds as well, and now Lansu all alone up against 3, gets to grab someone, but Ferds on the back lines gets eliminated. Still a trade, a 1-for-1 trade, but it seems like MP the King wants to go for more. Finds Few, Phantom Execution, but it's dodged by Kyle TZ.
You know, not bad. Ferds held off a double core at the back of that fight, at least for long enough for the rest of Falcons to actually get rid of the frontliners. So far, it feels like an even fight still, despite everything happening there.
There was a trend that was pointed out a lot during MSC, wherein you really get to see the quality of teams that are around the 5th to 9th minute mark or 6th to 10th, because that's when the power spike starts coming in. First items already locked in for the 2 junglers, first items locked in for the main course.
There's the Tsunami Slam and the counter AOG, but it seems like Few with the Crimson Beacon just gets to survive that. Lantern Flare lands, so finds himself under the turret, but still they get to find the kill on Few. It's a 1-for-1 trade in exchange of Lansu.
Yeah, good committal there by Twisted Minds. Lansu said, you know what, I could still get the mount on him. Sion, be ready to be able to damage him. And they get to finish it off. It becomes a trade, but again, you're nerfing the scaling of this Juicin, which is one of the main problems that Twisted Minds has against the lineup of Team Falcons. So, as we were pointing it out earlier, this is where you really get to see the quality of team with how well they manage the map and trade around the center. And so far, Twisted Minds is showing off their quality. The fact that they're able to tangle with Falcons and actually give them a lot of difficulty.
Oh my goodness. The amount of focus on Few is unreal.
How many times, right? Has
Yeah.
people been diving into Few's space and forcing him back, basically denying him a few minion waves here and there.
Especially from MP the King. I would have understood it earlier because without the level 4, without the Crimson Beacon, Few couldn't dodge away. He only has the Purify and MP the King could just catch up to him. But it's different now. He has the Crimson Beacon, he has the Purify, but they're still paying so much attention to the mid lane. And there you go again. They force out the Crimson Beacon away
Jumping
from
back
Few, but
in.
Kaloy doesn't commit the Tsunami Slam onto him. Now is forced to flicker away. Lansu flickers in instead though, and now Kaloy gets punished, but the free hits are here because Nosha also decides to join in the fight.
Look at MP.
Nosha trying to work on him, but MP the King has other things in mind. Nosha finally taking down Owen and another flicker just to finish off the kill onto Few once more. 2 members are down. It's only Ferg fighting back, and the Dark Wave doesn't land.
Sidestep by Sean. Nosha gets the double. He gets 3 in the game so far. And Kyle Teasy can only do so much. Too much forward pressure by Twisted Minds, pushing back Kyle Teasy's Yisun Shin.
And they're definitely forcing Falcons to fight in very weird angles. They don't look comfortable to fight at all.
Oh.
It looks, wow, man. And MP the King, while all of that is happening, is just wreaking havoc on the back line.
Oh, I wanted to see who got that, but we'll be having an instant replay from now. The team fight was split up, but it was split up favorably for Twisted Minds.
It very much was, especially since Fritz can only control so much of where he's moving, right? In the direction. Look at that! Was that a solo kill we just saw?
Got him.
It most probably was. Mega kill for Nosha. Owen jumping in, but now he's all alone. Also has the full stacks, but it'll just be a double kill for Nosha. Kaloy finally going down, but they were able to make it work already. MP the King still looking for another. Thornton spans an execution and picks up the kill on Super Marco.
All right.
MP the King. 4-0-5, styling and profiling of the members of Twisted Minds. The calculated aggression by the Lancelot, and the fact that he knows he can just trust his team that they're gonna be there, and MP the King is free to do what he wants.
We were looking for the benchmark. We were looking for where we were going to place Twisted Minds in terms of their power levels. Man, they are showing us here non-stop the domination. MP the King, looking for the teammates he's most comfortable with, I think, might have actually found one.
I can't believe he's this comfortable, actually. For him to go for such risky plays together with this lineup who knows how long have been playing together. But this is MP the King on a roll, activated, so just confident with this lineup of former Onyx 9 Lives members.
Also proves to show how busted Lancelot is.
Oh, that's true. I guess so.
There's more evidence.
That's true.
And yeah, we're also being reminded how strong Kimmy actually is in the meta. One of the first decent Kimmy games I've seen in a while.
Oh, did go for the flicker. Tidal strike, but they still find the target, and that's gonna be first. They get to mount on him once again, and Burst takes out AOG from Open. Might just make things happen for Team Falcons, however, because they get to take down Kaloy and Nosha. 1 damage dealer out, and no one from Team Falcons gets traded.
That's as good as it gets here for Falcons. At the very least, now they have a little bit of footing, right? They have a little bit of footing to get Super Marco into the mix. He's 1-1-4 right now, but it does feel like they have some firepower to at least maybe contest this next Lord.
Yeah. With all the things that Twisted Minds has done right, you cannot win everything all the time in MLBB. There's always a trade, and the trade is Super Marco got the farm relatively well. His damage is high. Few eventually got to recover.
Lord is already below half.
Kyle's here. This is bad for Twisted.
Oh, man.
Will MP the King actually get it? No! Kyle TZ will secure the Lord for his team. Phantom Execution, they're just trying to chase after Ferns. Darkwave lands, but it's a double kill for Nausea. And that's all they can get for now. Oh my goodness.
That's a pretty good turn.
They risked it.
Yeah, that looked like veteran wiles there by Falcons. They saw that the position Twisted Minds were slightly off from protecting the entry of Kaltisi through the mid, and he was able to just go in, reposition alongside Falcons, and take that Lord away. Now Twisted Minds are just going to do what they can to open up the map before the Lord comes out for Falcons, and I think the Lord actually will not be able to get far from the base of Falcons.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, as much as that was a good play from Falcons, they're severely undergunned right now.
Oh, Ogwen goes in, but the Thorned Rose gets to save MP the King, and it might just be a counterplay right now for Twisted Minds. Ogwen gets punished. Nausea just dealing the free hits. MP the King looking for a dash. Phantom Execution through first, and he also finds Pew. He's currently unstoppable on this Lancelot, and they turn things around.
MP's a real genius when it comes to this Lancelot. It is showing so far how strong it can be, and up on front they could maybe go for the finish here. But MP the King will be missing out on a few targets. Thorned Rose for the dodge. Oh my god!
MP the King! Still surviving a 1v1 up against the Eastern Shin. Kaloy jumping in, trying to go for Super Marco. Oh my goodness, that play even worked for Super Marco. It could have been an end angle, but Twisted Minds are still going for it. Nausea picks up the kill on Ogwen.
Twisted Minds, they are dissecting Team Falcons right now. Not just MP the King. The entire team know their role. It started all of that because Ogwen with a questionable AOG. Trying to create space for a Lord that was already going to go down anyway. Trying to force something out of Twisted Minds. They have so many dashes, so many utilities to get away from the AOG. And it was just an easy response by Twisted Minds to do that. MP, basic, go in, CC immune, traceless, but at the end it's still MP. Because of that traceless entry there, which allowed MP to get a better range for the Thorned Rose and his own basic attack.
That was 100-0.
Unbelievable.
On Kyle TZ.
I was supposed to say, Kyle TZ had full HP before that 1v1. MP the King had probably 20 or 30% HP left. But the iframes, the timings of the Thorned Rose, the punctures, and even that Phantom Execution, I think even the basic attacks really mattered at that point. Probably also the Queen's Wings, which he has already picked up. But even despite what happened earlier, Twisted Minds, they still feel like they're definitely in the lead.
They are in the lead, definitely. Obviously, Nausea is maxed out on stacks right now.
Yeah.
For sure.
11-1-2.
Yeah, so that's definitely maxed out. So we're going to see how well Falcons actually deal and dodge out of Nausea's hits on that Granger as well. As we go into the next Lord here, this is going to be Lord number 2. It's not going to be as spicy yet, but definitely will be a big impact since Falcon's base is already open.
Yeah, it's an enhanced Lord that they're gonna fight for.
Twisted Minds is really handling the minion waves well. There's a top lane minion wave that Falcons has to think about eventually. If this drags out a little bit longer, they're gonna have to send someone to clear, meaning that Twisted Minds might use that knowledge to go push a little bit deeper into the formation of Falcons to push them out and make this Lord take easier for them. They still have to respect the presence of the YSS and Ogwen suddenly just coming in with an AOG, but it looks like Twisted Mind should be able to get this. It's not going to be easy, but so far it's favoring them.
Yeah. It does feel like they're just deciding to group together. Yeah. The Mountain Shocker is going to get used anyway.
Yeah, the top lane minion wave is getting fat.
And Twisted knows it. They know it very well. They're playing, they're forcing Falcons to look at us, look at us, look at us. You're going to have to send someone up there. If you want to answer that, you're going to have to give up that Lord.
There you go. They find that Super Marco had to deal with the waves, and now MP the King has his eyes set on View, but View is actually somehow able to survive. Sean doing a great job just dealing the damage, then to find the kill on Kyle TZ first. Not the best pickup if you were Team Falcons. And now Super Marco just trying to look for the trades, but now it's going to be a 1v1 in the Lord who will get to secure it. However, it's going to be Super Marco, while Ogwen just does Piercer stacks in, and Dosha is definitely picking up the kill, but MP!
Yep, no lord, no problem. Here comes MP the King. He's cutting off Super Marco. You cannot clear this minion wave, or at least you will try, but you'll really hurt like hell. And now we're going, it's a full mana twist, and that's going to be going down, and that is going to be game number 1.
Oh my goodness, just how composed can Twisted Minds be?
Absolutely dissected.